Hey, what's up, family? So, don't know what to do? God will tell you. All right. I want to share a quick story, read a quick story. All right. It's in Genesis chapter 22. All right. After the sacrifice of Isaac. After these things, God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, here I am. He answered, take your son, he said, your only son Isaac, whom you love. Go to the land of Moriah and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will tell you about. So Abraham got up early in the morning, saddled his donkey, and took with him two of his young men and his son Isaac. He split wood for a burnt offering and set out to go to the place God had told him about. On the third day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. Then Abraham said to his young men, stay here with the donkey, the boy, and I will go over there to worship. Then we'll come back to you. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and laid it on his son Isaac. In his hand, he took the fire and the knife, and the two of them walked on together. Then Isaac spoke to his father Abraham and said, my father. And he replied, here I am, my son. Isaac said, the fire and the wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. Then the two of them walked on together. When they arrived at the place that God had told him about, Abraham built the altar there and arranged the wood. He bound his son Isaac and placed him on the altar on top of the wood. Then Abraham reached out and took the knife to slaughter his son. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. He replied, here I am. Then he said, do not lay a hand on the boy or do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your only son from me. Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. So Abraham went and took the ram and offered it as a burnt offering in place of his son. Obedience. Abraham was obedient to God's instructions. God told him to do a particular thing, particular act. In action, Abraham was obedient. In faith, Abraham showed God that I'm willing to do whatever instruction you tell me to do, even if that means sacrificing my son. Abraham believed. So when we ask God, we go to God for something or about something. Do we believe what he's telling us to do? It's okay to ask for a confirmation. It's okay, but let's not use the fact that we'll wait on a confirmation to do whatever it is God's telling us to do. Because if we wait around on confirmation on top of confirmation on top of confirmation on top of confirmation, at what point do we move? We can't expect God to hold up his end, whatever his end is, if we're not willing to move, if we're not willing to be obedient, 100% obedient. So whatever it is God needs us to do, he would tell us to do. But we must believe it enough to take action. We must trust enough that he will supply the ram in which that he did for Abraham. After Abraham, in faith, in action, proved to God that he trusted his instruction. He had faith that God would provide the ram. So the challenge for us today is believe God enough to take action to do whatever it is that God is telling us what to do, because the breakthrough may have everything to do with our action. Believing it enough to take action. So you want to know what it is God wants you to do right now, today, go and let him know this morning, I'm willing to do your will. What is it that you need me to do? Whether it makes sense or not, whether we want to or not, whether we know the outcome or not. Let's be obedient to his instruction, and he'll provide the ram on the back end. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.